Hello, Bronco fans and football fans alike. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown, Week 10 pregame between the 3-5 Denver Broncos and the 5-3 Las Vegas Raiders. Before I get into the pregame, an update on injuries. Looks like Dotson, a right tackle, looks like he may be back. He did practice today on Friday, and he's a game time decision. But obviously, hopefully he goes. That would definitely help out the right side of the Bronco offense. As you know, Albert Okwuegbunam, he is out for the season with a torn ACL, unfortunately. So that means Noah Fant has to step in. Noah Fant did get injured, high ankle sprain last week, but he's expected to go as well. So hopefully he can have a big game. Nothing on the COVID issue. Nobody's in protocol. I take that back. What's his name? I'm sorry, his name escapes me. It's a defensive player. He's on. Oh, Harris. Shelby Harris. He's still on the COVID protocol. So that hurts Denver's pass rush. But other than that, he's the only one that's on the COVID protocol. Okay, now for the pregame. We all know that the Broncos-Raider rivalry is intense. Neither team likes each other. Neither team really cares to like each other. There's no love lost there, obviously. The Broncos have always been a thorn in the Raiders' side and vice versa. But this year, things have been different. This is the first game between the two this year, and I guess for a lot of reasons it couldn't come at a worse time. Denver's in a two-game skid. They've lost to actually I take it back. They're in a one-game skid. They beat the Chargers barely, and then they lost to Atlanta. And again the issue is the same. They come out in the first three quarters and can't do anything. The Broncos in 8 games are averaging 8 points a game in the first 3 quarters. That's a total of 64 points in 3 quarters in 8 games. That is the worst in the league, and it is pathetic. On the other hand, in the fourth quarter, they're over 120 points in the fourth quarter alone in the 8 games. So again, Denver needs to get off to a faster start. How's that going to happen? I don't know. Like I said last video, maybe they should go up tempo. Maybe they should go no huddle. Maybe they should use screen passes. Maybe they should do some trickery. I don't know, but they need something to spark them. Now, Philip Lindsay, he hasn't been getting the ball either. He's only handled the ball. I think last game he got 7 touches. That's way under what he should be getting. And I know he's not a 30, 35 carry back, probably not even a 25 carry back. But he is a back that's more than 7. He should be getting at least 10 to 12, maybe 15 touches a game, and he's averaging 5 or 6. That's not utilizing one of our best, most powerful weapons in the sense of a spark plug that we have. The Broncos have a better defense. They have a defensive advantage against the Raiders. They have a better overall defense. They're better against the run. But that Broncos defense have been giving up 35.6 points a game over the last 3 games. That's ridiculous. You're not going to win games when you give up 35.5 points a game. There's just no way. Man, especially if you're not playing until the fourth quarter, basically. The Raiders have more yards per offensive play, more total points and total yardage in a game than Denver. So how does Denver counteract that? Well, obviously they have to convert third downs. They have to keep moving the ball. They have to keep the defense off the field so that their defense can rest. And they have to score more than 3 points in the first half. you're not going to win games if you don't score touchdowns. And this is a offensive friendly league, but Denver's playing as if their hands are tied behind their back and they don't even know how to score. The Broncos, let me back up. The Raiders are going to focus on the run. They have a tremendous running back in Devontae Booker, as well as Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is their leading rusher. Devontae Booker is averaging 6 yards a carry. And he's a former Denver Bronco. And you know he's going to want to come out and make a statement against the Broncos. So the Raiders are going to run the ball. Josh Jacobs, at times in this season, per game, has carried the ball on average about 28 to 30 times a game. If Jacobs and or Booker combined for 30 touches in the game, Denver's defense is going to get exhausted, and there's no way that they can keep him out of the end zone. Not with that amount of carries and not with that ball control. But if the Raiders can't run and they divert to the pass, Carr has only averaged 138 passing yards a game, but he has two highly explosive receivers in Hunter Renfrow and Nelson Aguilar. They are huge threats. Aguilar, I think, is going for an average of something like 18 to 20 yards a catch. And Hunter Renfrow is, the guy's lights out. He makes catches that should be made, but he makes them. And if Denver can't stop the run, then they don't have to worry about those wide receivers. But then again, if they do stop the run, you got to worry about Renfrow and Aguilar, as well as Derek Carr. He will run as well. So the Broncos are going to have their hands full, especially with Shelby out of the game. Denver hasn't been able to open up the rushing lanes at all this year. And that's not good news for the Broncos at all, because it's great news for the Raiders. And the Raiders this year haven't seemed to be able to stop the run. But if Denver can't run it, then all the Raiders are going to do is sit back and play pass. And we know how Denver has been pathetic in the passing game. Drew Lock, again, does not check down. He thinks he's still in college and can throw those deep balls, and the defenders aren't going to be able to defend against the pass. Well, this is the NFL, man, and he has got to realize that this isn't college. This is the pros, and he needs to listen to his coaches. He needs to do what they say if he wants to be better in this league. He's got 8 games left to prove it. And my opinion is if he doesn't turn this thing around in the next 8 games, I don't see him being the Broncos starting quarterback next year. And again, that puts Denver behind the 8 ball, because then they have to either go out and draft a quarterback. They got to get one in free agency. And again, here we go back to trying to retread and trying to put a Band-Aid when a tourniquet's needed. And that doesn't bode well for Denver. So Drew Lock has got to play better. He has got to listen to his coaches, and he's got to quit trying to pretend that the NFL is the college level, because it's not. It's the best of the best. And he has got to, if he wants to be the best, he has got to play like the best, and he's got to work at it. And he's got to quit being childish and doing things his own way. Now, like I mentioned, Devontae Booker is a former Denver Bronco running back. It didn't work out too well for him in Denver, but it's certainly working out well for him in Las Vegas. If Denver can't stop Booker or Josh Jacobs, it's going to be another long day and another loss for the Broncos. Plain and simple. Denver has to stop the run. They have to force 3 and outs. They have to force Carr into bad decisions. Now, again, they're going to have to put bookends on the outside and not let him run. They need to keep Derek Carr in the pocket. They need to force him into bad decisions. And with that, that's when the Broncos defense can cause confusion, can cause interceptions, possibly a sack fumble, even just a sack for lost yardage. Denver's defense is going to have to keep Derek Carr in the pocket. If they can't do it, well, we're looking at another game like we had last week or 2 weeks ago. Denver somehow has to come off of their slow start. They have to. The first 15 plays that they script have not been working. So whatever they're doing in the fourth quarter, and I understand that the opposing team's way ahead, and Denver's basically getting touchdowns because the defense is lax. I understand that. But whatever's working there in the fourth quarter, they need to at least try it in the first 15 plays to start the game. They have to do something different. The Broncos are averaging, like I said, just 8 points in the first 3 quarters. That's got to change. That absolutely has to change. Now, if they got 8 points in every quarter, that would be a lot better, but not 8 points total for 3 quarters. That is ridiculous and unheard of. So let me wrap this up with my final take. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And that being said, I don't see Denver being able to flip this script. I really don't. I don't see Drew Lock all of a sudden becoming Peyton Manning or Drew Brees or anybody else that's out there. I don't even see him becoming a former shell of himself from last year when he went 4-1 in the last 5 games that he played. I don't see that happening. For whatever reason, he's either not grasping the offensive playbook. He's not understanding that this is the NFL and not college. And something between his ears is not relating to what needs to get done. So again, I don't see Denver being able to flip the script. And I think and feel that the losing is going to continue, especially with the Raider team coached by Chucky. He's a great coach. He knows the game really well. He understands defenses and schemes, and I just don't see Drew Lock coming out of his shell in this game. So I have the final score: Raiders 31, Denver 17. I hate to say it. It's horrible. It even tasted bad coming out of my mouth as much as I can't stand the Raiders. But I have to come to reality. And reality is the Denver Bronco team stinks this year. There's nothing. The offensive line is pathetic. The running game isn't there. The passing game for sure isn't there. And neither are the points. So how can I expect Denver to win this game when they barely beat the Chargers 31-30 and they got blown out against the Falcons, even though the score was a lot closer than the game? There's no way I can make this a close game. Again, Raiders 31, Denver 17. That's it. That's it for my pregame. What do you think, guys? Leave me a comment and tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.